Hey everyone, Jesse Zumbro here from Zumbro Home Inspection. Um, I just wanted to go over a real quick things I see a lot of times on other business owners or inspectors. They don't understand the Google My Business, or they're not taking advantage of anything Google My Business listing or Google Maps has to offer. It's totally free, but a lot of times their listing is incomplete, or they don't understand why it's showing up like it is. As a little disclosure or disclaimer, I am not a computer expert. I'm not an SEO expert on search engine optimization by any means. I just happened to, a couple years ago, my wife started a large salon. I kind of got in charge of stuck with IT and computer stuff, so I had to figure it out and read a lot of blogs and figured this all out. But real quick, I just wanted to go over what I'm talking about. Your Google, the Google My Business listing would be like this, what you see on Google. It's totally free listing. It comes back on the Google search results for businesses in a specific area. This would be like a Google My Business. Sometimes it might be on the banner, depending on what search engine you're using. It'll show up all different ways, but it's your free Google listing. It's called My Business, and it also includes Google Maps, which is technically separate, but it affects it the same way. So I just wanted to go over the Google My Business and how you set it up. First thing you need to do is you need to check and see if you already have a Google My Business. If you already do, that's great. Just log into your Google and go to My Business. Let me sign in real quick here. To actually get to the editing platform, click up here, down, click My Business. Okay, now you're on the Google My Business landing page. Alright, to the important stuff. Alright, this section shows how your business is going to appear on to customers or to whoever's searching for home inspectors or whatever business you have, and it's also going to show how Google recognizes you. So up here, that'll be your business name. Ensure your business name is the exact name. If you have LLC in your title or incorporated and periods or commas, capitalization, this should appear exactly how it appears on every other listing, or technically your legal business name, but exactly the same. So just add your business name in there. This is very important. Select your primary category. You can't just type in whatever you want. Google has pre-made categories. So when you start typing in home inspect, see, it comes up as home inspector. It's my category. You can add subcategories if you do mold and other things, but that's going to apply there. The most important thing will be a home inspector if you have a home inspection company, or if you have a hair salon. Beauty salon would actually fill in there, or any other business. Just make sure it's specific. Now this is where a lot of inspectors and other businesses get messed up, is the service area. Alright, you always want to have an address listed in here because you're going to want to verify your Google My Business listing. So you say you're an inspector and you don't do business out of your home address, you don't want people to have your home address, that's fine. But Google wants to know where you're at, and they're going to want to verify that you are really you. So always actually add a home address or your business address in there. This address should also appear exactly like it appears across every other platform. Exactly. If you're in a suite, say it's 277 Suite D, make sure if you spell out suite, then spell it out. If you spell out suite as just STE period D, put that. But it should be exactly the same off every platform. The periods, the commas, exactly the same address on everywhere that your business is listed. That'll make Google have more confidence in your listing, your My Business, and it'll do better. Now, home inspectors really don't do work out of their house. Well, they work out of their house, but they don't see clients at their house. So you want to make sure Google knows that you're not a brick and mortar business. You're a service business. So when you're on this screen, make sure you scroll down. And this one's very important. It says, I deliver goods and service to my customers at their location. Make sure you click yes. Okay? If you don't click yes, Google's going to think you're just a brick and mortar location. Alright? Because for example, my address, I have Clarksville, Tennessee address, but I'm actually in the county. So if I just left this as a brick and mortar location and didn't click this, when somebody searched home inspectors in Clarksville, Tennessee, I actually didn't come back. And it's because even though I have a Clarksville address, I lived in the county, so they thought like they were equating me with like a coffee shop, so they're not going to show somebody a coffee shop in the county if they're looking at Clarksville. So make sure you click down here that you deliver goods and service to another location. And then down here, this is very important, it'll ask where your goods and services are delivered. Add all your business areas. Okay, I added specific cities because I live right on the Tennessee-Kentucky border and I don't have a Kentucky license, so I didn't want to just do a flat radius because half my radius would have been in Kentucky and it wouldn't have made any sense. So I actually just went through and did about the 5 major cities around me that I regularly service. So now when somebody was in Pleasant View or Ashland City or Dover or Springfield or Clarksville, Tennessee, and they're looking for a home inspector near them, on my Google Maps or Google My Business, I would come back. Where before, it only come back from my specific area around my specific address. So make sure you add either your radius around your business or add actual regions by postal code, by city, or whatever. Now I have this checked. Merely because I do see customers at my house and I don't want my actual address hidden. If you uncheck this box, okay, your address will actually be hidden from the search results. Actually, I'll go ahead and uncheck it. Hit apply and it'll save changes. Now it's important, now Google, nothing's in real time, it'll go to pending. Everything you do on Google My Business will be in pending status until Google approves it. Sometimes they approve it within 3 to 5 seconds. Sometimes it takes 3 to 5 days. If you don't have a verified Google My Business page, it will take a lot longer. If your business is verified, you can pretty much change everything your own in real time except for your address. If you do change your address, you'll lose your verification, and then you can re-verify your business. And I'll go over that in a second. Okay, down here, hours. If you want to say you're open 24/7, then say you're open 24/7. That's fine. If you're not, put your hours in there. It doesn't have to be your exact business hours. Google wants to be confident in the information they're showing people, so if you leave your hours blank, that's kind of a check mark against your listing. So make sure you fill in hours. If you have special hours and stuff, you can fill them in there. The phone number. Add your phone number. You can add multiple phone numbers. I would just add one. Make sure it's your business line. Make sure it's the same across all platforms. Your website data. Your website, just put your primary website in your website, obviously. Your appointment URL. If you have an appointment service, you can put your appointment URL in there. If you don't have an appointment service, don't leave it blank. You can put like just the actual on your website, the contact me page or something, you can put that in there. Do not leave your appointment URL blank or your website blank. Make sure your website is typed in here exactly as it appears in a search engine, or like if you were to go to your website, the actual address bar, make sure you just copy and paste it exactly as it appears. Where are your services? I really should fill this out. You can add services. You don't have to add a price. But you can just add, basic home inspection up to whatever square feet. And you can add a couple different services. I had that filled out, but I run different specials and things change. And it was getting annoying to come back here and keep changing it. But I would recommend adding your services in there, just because merely it helps Google pair your listing to somebody doing a Google search with your My Business listing. Down here will be the description of your business. You can be kind of specific but kind of generic. On the business description, make sure you see it says Clarksville, Tennessee Home Inspection Company. Make sure there's words in your business description on your Google My Business page that is specific to what somebody be searching for. So if sometimes somebody just puts a little bio about themselves or something, and I guess that's fine, but people aren't searching for you as a person. They're searching for like a home inspection company or home inspector. So make sure that your business description mentions the local area that you actually mostly work in, the state and the city or cities, that you're a home inspector, home inspections mentioned, home inspectors mentioned, just systems and stuff like that, licensing information, all those kind of things that Google computers, when people are searching for, it crawls through all that data and it helps it display more prominently to people because it's going to be more confident in the information they're showing them. If you just put a little bio in there, hey, my name is Jesse and I work in this area and hire me or something like that, Google's not going to know what you're talking about. But if you're using keywords like Clarksville, Tennessee Home Inspection Company, it's owned by myself, Jesse Zumbro, I'm a Clarksville, Tennessee home inspector, If somebody's searching for a home inspector in Clarksville or home inspection in Clarksville, even though you're already listed with the address and your company up here, it really helps Google say, well, yeah, this is probably what the person's looking for, so we'll put this in the results. Add a date opened. I was open before that, but my new business license, because I was working under an enterprise before, so I switched it to a sole proprietorship just for this company. I could have left it as my enterprise date, which was a couple years before this, but I didn't. I never wanted somebody to come back and say, "Well, your business license says it was only renewed 2 times." So I just put my the legal current form of whatever name's up here, the current, whenever that legally took effect. That's when you can put opened. All right. So that's just your basic information. Those are the basic things that need to be filled out and needs to be accurate. And then another big thing is photos. Google likes photos. They really do. The photos are high quality photos. Their computers crawl through that data and they feel like there's more high quality photos added to a listing, the more legitimate the listing is. So make sure you add a cover photo, a profile photo. It can be of yourself or your logo. And then just go through here at work. It can just be some, not random, just photos of you've picked for home inspections. I try to keep my photos pretty neutral. Nobody can tell where these houses were. So meaning like I'm not going to take a picture of the front of a home and put on there simply because I don't want somebody to come back and complain, and I don't do photo releases. So to make sure your photo is kind of specific so somebody can't say you're using them to advertise. But I would add photos just 1 or 2 a week. Google just likes to see that you're interacting with your Google My Business page, and if they see you're interacting with it, they'll feel like you're more legitimate. And then the last thing is post. On the Google My Business page, you can post, make posts just like you can on Facebook. It's important to make posts. I would say at least once a week or so. The post can be really short and sweet. It's just, I'll show you how the post shows up on a search engine. They push Google business pages on Google Maps that post regularly ahead of everyone else, as long as the rest of the information is correct. The post doesn't have to be fancy. I just put, electricals was out of sight, out of mind, blah, 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 Zumbro Home Inspection, learn more. I mean, click learn more, it goes to my website. Just different things, water mixing, metal materials, corrosion. I'll show you how this shows up in the search engine when people are searching for business, looking for home inspector. That's about that. So if you wanted to create a new post or as your first post ever, you can add just any type of post. You can actually make a special offer or product, but just say you just wanted to write a generic post. You would type in down here, blah, 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 Zumbro Home Inspection, or find this. You click up here, you can add a photo, and then always add a button to your post. You can click, if you want to book, that can go to your appointment site. Link for button, add your appointment site. Sign up, learn more, that can just go to your website. Call now, you can just put your phone number in there, but make sure you're putting post on your Google My Business pages. Now that's the basic stuff. Then after you're using Google My Business for a while, you'll get a lot of data feedback from Google about if you're using AdWords, your latest reviews, your AdWords, customer photos if they added any. Hopefully they don't, because usually they're ridiculous and doesn't apply to your business. The performance of it, I've only showed up 193 times. You can click on that and then it shows like direct search is up 18% this month. Direct request, stuff like that. You can also, this button here, turn on messaging. I have messaging set up. It's really nice. I'll show you when it's on there. If somebody can directly message me, like, because people use their smartphones now, obviously for most of the time they're on Google. If they find my Google business, they want to message me, they'll just click message now. It actually sends me a text message straight to my phone. All those are totally free. And then they'll get an immediate message back. It says, thank you for contacting Zumbro Home Inspection. I'll be with you shortly. The text message will go to this number. And then when I get the text message, I can text the person directly back, and it goes actually back to their phone, and then I get their number and everything. That's all free service too. And then you can go to Insights. after your My Business page is up and running for a while, you can go to Insights, see how people are searching and finding. See, home inspector by far is the most common thing, just blanket searched. How many times you show up on listings, how many people have visited your site from you, direct requests. Photo views are important. How many times photos are viewed? 228 times. And then customer photos and my photos. I don't have any customer photos because luckily customers don't add photos to my page. So I'm going to sign out so I can show you how my listing looks, all this. And it's hard to look at your own listing while you're signed in. So actually, I'll just do this. Watch this. I'll just type in Clarksville Home Inspectors, which is actually a company called Clarksville Home Inspectors, so I probably won't come back. Okay, so here we are. Somebody just searched, like if I was just searching Clarksville Home Inspectors, I need to book a home inspection. Actually, my Google AdWords comes in right on top, which is great. And then you see my my Google Map listing comes in right here. That's number one. It says ad because I actually have an ad running right now for only, actually it's very cheap. But and you see right now there's only like 5 inspectors in the area. I'll show you how to clean up Google Maps in a second. But click on this. Now here's just another way the data is actually displayed. For my address, it just says Clarksville, Tennessee. It says I'm open till 7. My phone, appointments, website. Here's how I'm talking about that post. Here's where these posts show up. They're so important. Without post, that's just left blank, and which is fine, but Google likes people who make posts on their My Business pages. Sorry. The photos, the review summary, the most recent reviews, things like that. So this is what somebody searching for a home inspector in the area would see if your My Business page is properly filled out on Google Maps. Or if I type in specifically Zumbro Home Inspection, you can see right here my service area. Now you see I added Ashland City, Springfield, Clarksville, and Ashland City, Springfield, Clarksville, and Dover, all my service areas. So this is actually where I'm mostly working. See, it cuts off right here at the Kentucky line. If I just left that as just my address, it would say my service area is like right here. Or if I did a radius, it would go up here into Kentucky. I'm not Kentucky licensed, so you can pick specific cities. And anybody inside this red box, basically, when they're searching for a home inspector, just on Google, I'm going to be coming back just on the free Google My Business listing, not a paid search or anything, also listed as a home inspector in this area. So it's important to have that set up properly. Like I say, here's just again how it's going to look. Another way, your Google My Business page, this is on Maps, but it'll come back displayed to the customers 100 different ways, even depending on what browser you're using, Safari or Chrome or whatever you're using, a Firefox or on a smartphone. It'll come back displayed completely different, but the information will be the same. Let's see here. Okay, I'm still signed out. I just wanted to show you, so Clarksville Homes. So I'm just acting like I'm a client. I need to book an inspection. I don't know an inspector. I'm just looking for Clarksville Home Inspectors. And this is what clients usually going to see. These are all home inspection companies. I'm doing pretty good on SEO. It's hard to get ahead of Yelp and all them. But so this is the very first thing that's going to show up. More places. Now, when I first started looking at Google in my area, there was 23 listings for home inspection companies in my area, my immediate area right here. There's 23 listings. That was ridiculous. There was not 23 home inspectors. What happens is Google sometimes sets up home inspection companies, so if they think that somebody's a company, they'll eventually give them a Google My Business page, even though the person doesn't know they have it. Or somebody set up their Google My Business page, they went on business, moved or whatever, and they never took it down. Now, it's very important to go through your business area. Find every single, when you just search home inspectors in, I don't know, let's just say Yeah, I spelled that wrong. Sorry. So Cleveland, Ohio home inspectors. Who knows how many's going to come back? Probably 50. I'm not sure. So if you're a home inspection company in Cleveland, Ohio, I would definitely be going through this entire list and checking the ones that I know that are open for sure, cross them off my list. Ones that I don't know if they're open, just give them a call and see if they're open. And ones that I can't get a hold of, or they've had no reviews, and they've been and they're on here, and there's been no post made by them in years. I would definitely, either companies I call and I can't get a hold of, or they're not open anymore, or companies that have no actually relevant information. I'm not saying, I have no idea who this company is. I'm sure they're great. I'm just clicking on to show you. Great Lake Home Inspections. All right, maybe they're open, maybe they're not. I have no idea about this company. I'm just showing you. So if you're in an area and you know a company is closed, all right, so Great Lake Home Inspections, find the name of it, go to Google, go to Great Lake Home Inspections. I'm sorry, not on Google Maps. So here we are, Great Lake Home Inspections. They're probably a great company. They're probably still open. I have no idea. All right, this is one of those Tri-County Home Inspections. You got to go through until you find the proper one. But just say this Tri-County Home Inspections was not open. Their listing is out of date or old. I'd definitely go to Suggestion Edit. And you can click Report right here. Move closed or was never here. I'm not actually going to go through with this, so I'm not affecting this business. You have to sign back in with your, make sure you're signed into Google. Then you can select if it was closed, permanently moved, never there. You can't use it against your competitors, not that you should ever ethically do that, but Google is not automatically going to remove it. What they'll do is they'll try to re-verify that business listing. They'll might even do they'll do a call, or their computers will crawl the internet and find out if that listing is even accurate anymore. If it's not accurate, they remove it. If it is accurate, obviously they'll keep it on there. Like I said, I had over 20 in my area when there's only about 6 of us actually practicing. I was able to clean up about 14 of them, no problem. It helps you and your competitors, but it helps everybody in the area when the search results is actually more accurate, and people are getting the information they're looking for when they search. All that extra garbage isn't in there. You'll probably trend a lot better if you do all those steps in your Google business page. On My Business, you'll trend better on maps. Your My Business page will it'll just look better to Google, so they'll try to set it towards the top. Some misconceptions: Google doesn't sort. I'll go to Nashville. Google doesn't sort by like reviews. Inspect us. So yeah, I'm just type fast. So Google doesn't necessarily sort by reviews. They sort by content and quality. So you'll see like National Home Inspection has 65 reviews. They come up in the first spot, the second technically, but somebody had a paid ad. Magnolia Home Inspection 106 reviews. Tennessee Home Inspector Inspect 60. Home Inspection Middle Tennessee 86. Diligent down here has 202 reviews. They're a great company, I know. But they trend a little bit farther down on Google Maps. There's a lot of reasons how the order they display, but I will say the better your content is on your Google My Business page, the better you'll trend on Maps, or just on the general listing on the first search bar up here. From Google. Like I said, Google My Business completely free. If you don't have a Google My Business page at all, definitely set one up. Check your area. If you've been in business for like more than a year, Google's probably already made you a generic one. So if you find your listing and it's remotely accurate, let's find an old one down here. I don't know. Here's April Home Inspections. See this one, Google made it and it was never claimed. It says own this business. If you owned A-Pro Home Inspection Services and you had never had a Google My Business page set up, you can click own this business and it'll go through a verification process, and then you can start your My Business page. Or if there's no listing at all for you in the area, you can just start from scratch, sign into Google, go to My Business, and set up a My Business page from scratch. Make sure you verify My Business page. Mine was already verified, but when you're at the actual My Business page, I've already been verified, but up here, I believe on the home page or maybe on the info page, there'll be a thing that says like verify this listing. You'll click on it. They'll send you a postcard with a code on it. You put that code in, and it verifies your listing, and then you're verified to Google Business, and you'll trend a lot better too. So make sure you always verify your Google Business page. Always. If you change any, make any big changes like to your address or your business name, you'll lose your verification, and then you have to re-verify. All right, that's all I have for now. So I'm losing my voice. I don't feel good today, but yeah, I'm definitely not an expert on Google or it has nothing to do with SEO or anything. But it's just something where a lot of home inspectors, their My Business page is in it's kind of in disrepair, not taken care of, or they're not understanding how to work it, or actually the information I told you to work with any business you owned. But just make sure this information is relevant, it's accurate, and it speaks to your clients, and I think you won't go wrong. Alright, that's all I have for now. This is Jesse. If you have any questions, just send me a message or call me. Alright, have a good day. Thank you.